Someone has told you that you're too specific, too niche, too narrow, not broad enough to grow. And part of you believe them. And I want to talk to you about that today because I've been in that room, literally. Today, we're going to go over the N in the O.N.L.Y framework. Narrow your focus. And I want to take you inside a pitch room at A&E to show you exactly what happens when you refuse to play it safe. So I was developing a show called Accused, Guilty, or Innocent. The concept, a criminal case told entirely from the defense side. No prosecution, no balance. Just what does it feel like to be accused of something you say you do not do? Guess what? That room pushed back hard. You got to show both sides. You need the prosecution's perspective. Audiences expect the full picture. You cannot just follow one narrative, Brad. That's not fair. I simply said no. And here's my reasoning. If you're accused of a crime you say you did not commit, you don't hear from the prosecution in real time. You don't get their notes. You don't know their strategy. You only hear from your side. And I wanted the audience to feel that, the claustrophobia of it, the specific one angle, this is all we know experience of actually being the person accused. That's not one-sided. That is the point of view. Guess what? Shows run 100 episodes. We've got spin-offs. It was a hit. It is a hit. And here's what that pitch taught me about branding. The instinct to show both sides, to be broadly appealing, to cover all the angles, to make sure you are relevant to everyone. That instinct is what makes you invisible. Not because broad is bad, because broad is forgettable. Think about it this way. There's an invisible wall between being unknown and being well-known. There's an invisible wall between being unknown and being well-known. Most people try to break through it by doing everything at once. More content, more platform, more services, more messages, and they bounce off every single time because their focus is diluted. The only way through is to pick one spot and hit it in the same place over and over and over until it breaks. You know my content, I'm doing that. That is what narrowing your focus actually does. It stops the bouncing and it starts the breaking. N in the O.N.L.Y framework stands for narrow your focus. When you try to be everything to everyone, you become important to no one. When you try to be everything to everyone, you become important to no one. Success does not come from expanding your identity. It comes from sharpening it. The shows I produced were not competing. They did not try to be broad. 60 Days In was not the best crime show, but it was the only show where regular people went undercover in a real jail for 60 days. Was Dynasty the best reality show? Some would say, but I don't know. But it was the only show about a bearded, God-fearing, duck call-making family from Louisiana. And Accused, Guilty, or Innocent. Was it the best crime and justice show? Maybe. But it was the only show that put you inside the defense. The narrower we went, the more unforgettable they became. Every single time. Here's what narrowing actually looks like for your brand. It is not about serving fewer people. It's about being unmistakably clear about who you serve and what you do for them that nobody else does. I help entrepreneurs is broad. That is bouncing off the wall from 100 different angles. I help entrepreneurs who have been in business 5 years and still cannot explain what makes them different. That's the one spot. Hit it until the wall breaks. The person who reads that second sentence does not think that's too specific. They think, how'd they know? You're talking to me. That feeling, being specifically, exactly seen, that is worth more than 1,000 broad impressions. That is the $2 bill. Jesse Cole did not try to make baseball appealing to everyone. He made it completely, specifically, uncomfortably his own version of entertainment. dancing grandmothers, one price includes everything, hold music that makes you laugh, every single touch point hitting the same spot on the wall. And now over 3 million people are on the wait list. Not because he got broader, because he got more specific than anyone else willing to be. The question the N in only ask is simple. If you could only be known for one thing, not what you do, but what you are known for, what would that be? Answer that, then build everything around it. Specific is unforgettable. General is invisible. Every time. Your only statement is the spot. And here's how to find it. I built something. Step 1, go to findyouronly.app. That's findyouronly.app. Answer 8 questions in under 8 minutes. It's completely free. Findyouronly.app. You're going to get a first draft of your only statement. And then step 2, book your only statement audit at findyouronly.app/audit. That's findyouronly.app/audit. You will be able to book 60 minutes one-on-one with me where I find the pattern you've been living but never consciously named. And within 48 hours, you're going to get a 15 to 17 page positioning document with your refined only 5 variations, your elevator pitch, and your platform headlines. And when I say 15 to 17, the latest I delivered just yesterday was 29 pages of goodness. Go to findyouronly.app, start with the 8 questions in under 8 minutes. It's all free. And we'll see if you're a right fit for the continued one-on-one with me. So I'm telling you, stop bouncing off the wall. Stop. Your only statement is the spot. Be the only. Be the $2 bill.